So, what did we learn from our little dyno session? Well, first thing we did learn is to not turn the camera on and try and do a video when you're all hot and sweaty, because I managed to do this video before last night when we got in, and somehow managed to do it in slow motion with no sound. I have no idea. So all my ramblings last night are gone, so I've written them down to remind me what they are today. So, we had some issues, we had some niggly problems and bits and pieces. We had the kill switch come back to haunt us again. The little shunt wire that I put in there was making and breaking contact, so wasn't quite stable. So the first couple of times we were trying to run it, it was cutting out, it was cutting out, it was cutting out. Fixed that, wasn't a problem. We did get the clutch smoking rather spectacularly. The roller that we were using, you'll see in the video, it's a big car roller. It's one big solid roller, and trying to get it moving with the little, in perspective, the little bike wheel that we have here, it was just way too much to ask for the clutch, especially with a 30 rear sprocket. Since then, the owner of the dyno actually said, oh yeah, for sometimes we'll just kick the roller and get it moving. Could have told us that beforehand. And subsequent runs, that's exactly what we did. We got the roller moving by hand, then jumped in, put it in gear. Clutch never bothered us again after that, fortunately. So I don't think it was a clutch problem for this bike per se, it was just asking way too much of it. So that wasn't a problem either. We did puke a lot of coolant out of it for getting too hot. This thing does have a 2-bar pressure cap on it, so it's an operated one anyway. But the temperatures are getting hot. Now bear in mind, this is Dubai summer. Ambient temperatures were 36, 38 degrees in the workshop. Slightly cooler charge temperatures, thankfully. But it was hot. And sitting idling and cruising along in low revs, it wasn't a problem. As soon as you asked anything from the engine in the way of stress, the temperature just climbs dramatically. Never quite caught it in time the first time, and got to about 115, 118, and just lifted the cap and puked a bit. So after that, we noticed that if it was even getting close to 105, 108, just shut it off, or just to let it idle at least. But when we go back to the dyno for the other engine, we'll bring more fans. We'll have, I'm going to fit a cooling fan in the radiator here. That will enable us to do better warm-up runs when we're sitting in the salt. Because another thing we noticed is the oil temperature is actually quite cool. It never even got to 80 degrees C. Ideally we want it 90, so if we are warming the bike up before a run, at least with the fan we can keep the water cool as we bring the oil up to temperature. It's also going to help us for the next dyno run. We did see wheel spin on the rollers. There's big grooves in the tire right now. So I mean, it was strapped down with 4 straps and the front end was against the truck. I'm not quite sure how much more strapping down we can do, but we did get a little bit of wheel spin. It's not an issue, but it was noticed. One of the most important things we did was calibrate the wheel and revs versus to the calculator that we've been using in the past. Our calculated speed last year at 9,500 revs should have been over 200 miles an hour, and it wasn't, as we know. So we did some calibration runs on the dyno. With that, we've punched it back into the, it's actually Gearing Commander, it's an online software. Put some fudge factors in the circumference for the tire, and checked it against what we did last year, checked it against what we did last night. So we've now got accurate data of revs versus speed, and now we can make an educated guess on what rear sprocket to use versus where it's going to be in the rev range, where the most power is, so we're not overstressing the engine. Initially, I think we're going to go up at the back, probably 1 tooth, maybe 2. We'll see. But that was a win. What else can I tell you? It was good. We basically did 3 runs. We did some runs until we got to too hot in the temperature. We had to shut it down, let it cool off, do it again, and then we got a third one. I was actually aiming for that back wheel to be spinning at 200 miles an hour. Didn't quite make it. We got to 290 kilometers, so yeah, 180, 190, something like that. We got fairly high, but it was starting to wheel spin, and the temperature got the better of us. So it was good. We know the motor's good, we know the back wheel's good, the new gearing's good, the oil cooler works, the new systems. It was a successful test. We got some data, and with the camera here, it's now logging data directly from the ECU, so we've got hard data to look at as well. So yeah, I would say successful test. Look forward to the next one with a new engine. So on that note, thanks again for watching. We are now going to open a box of pistons and pull this engine out and get the new one in. So join us for the next video.